Hello, this is Jeff Lebow, and you're about to see WorldBridge's first attempt at triplecasting. That is, simultaneously doing a live interactive webcast, using a video camera to record video for a video blog, and using an iRiver to record audio for a podcast. This was attempted at the Podcast Academy, which was held at Boston University on April 28th and 29th, and I was honored to have as my guest for this experiment Steve Garfield from stevegarfield.com, Rocket Boom, Hipcast, and lots of other places on the net. Besides being the quintessential video blogger, Steve is a very nice guy and was a very good sport to help us with this experiment. The TripleCast was a limited success. We were able to stream live and interact with people who were listening in online. However, with all the new gear to deal with, I forgot to turn on the new external mic with the video camera, and I didn't turn on the iRiver audio until about halfway through the interview. So, what you're going to see and hear, the first part of this video has audio that was recorded from the stream, which was being anchored by Doug Symington in Victoria, Canada. And then about halfway through, we switched to the audio from the iRiver, which should be a bit clearer. I did my best to keep things synced up. It's not perfect. It looks like a first attempt, but hopefully it'll be watchable. Stay tuned to worldbridges.net and webcastacademy.net for more multimedia adventures and live interactive webcasting. Here now, our first attempt at triplecasting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Webcasting History. This is our very first triplecast. We have a live audio stream going. We're also recording with our MP3, and we are recording a video blog entry with Mr. Video Blog, Steve Garfield. Thank you very much for participating. You're welcome. For those who don't know, Steve Garfield is a pioneer in the field of video blogging. I first tuned into the video blogging world about a year ago, and Steve was already one of the most prominent people in there. My first question is, what's a nice blogger like you doing in an audio-centered place like this?
Well, I was invited to tell all the podcasters about video podcasting, as they call it. So we're going to do that this afternoon.
You know, one of the things that struck me about the video blogging world, which at least when I tuned in, and to some extent still is centered in the Yahoo group community, is how little connection there was between video blogging and podcasting. Has that been your experience, and if so, why do you think?
Well, I think that's true. And I think what might have changed recently with the Steve Jobs announcing video blogging being inside of iTunes and calling it video podcasting, that kind of just brings everything together, audio, video, into this whole distributed method of people being able to subscribe to both audio and video. So I'm on both the podcaster list on Yahoo and the video blogging list. So now the people on the podcasting list are starting to ask about video more, and there's a merge happening, I think. Yep.
Okay. First, I have a favor to ask.
Where am I talking into, anyway?
Well, you've got a couple mics. Since you have such great video blogging experience and longer arms. Oh,
okay.
Thank God. My muscles were starting to... Okay, there we go.
I think we're being recorded by BU.
There's all sorts of media going on. What can you tell us about all right, we're there. The evolution of the video blogging community. You know, when I tuned in about a year ago, I think maybe 200 people were vlogging. I suspect more doing that now. How has the community evolved as the numbers have grown?
Well, there's a lot of new people coming to it and wanting help from those of us who are, have been in it for a while. And, actually the video blogging community is it's more than just putting video up on a blog. And once people kind of get into the community, start participating in the Yahoo video blogging group, they find that relationships are formed between video bloggers. So we're very welcoming to the new people. And then when new people join and they say, hey, I'm new, go check out my video blog, we get to know them by watching their videos. And it's like a cool thing that's like so important for the technical aspect of putting video on a blog. Once video people who start blogging and putting video on their blogs join the community, they're really joining a community. And right now it's like you said, like a year ago it was about 200. Now it's 3,000.
Wow.
And the big difference there is that back when it first started, we could all watch all of each other's videos. Now it's really getting tough to do that.
Right. We just listened to a couple presentations that kind of focused on the relationships built by new media. Do you think there's a significant difference in the relationships amongst bloggers and podcasters?
I can speak to the relationship between video bloggers.
Would your hand like a break?
Yeah. The thing is, when we meet each other, there's no initial thing of having to get acquainted. It's like we already know each other. As a matter of fact, I think I'm like really good friends with people I haven't even met yet. We're having a VloggerCon conference in June in San Francisco. It's June 10th and 11th. And the website is bloggercon.com. So if any of your viewers or listeners are interested in learning about video blogging and meeting a lot of video bloggers, we're all going to meet up in San Francisco in June. And so I already am planning to meet people that I know through their video blog group. And
we're already friends. We're just going to meet for the first time in real space. And
how has that experience been, meeting people face to face that you've gotten to know kind of pretty well online?
It's not like a new meeting. It's not like meeting for the first time. It's just seeing them again, kind of thing.
Last thing I want to ask you before we let you grab some lunch is you're also very into citizen media,
right?
Can you tell us a little bit about your interest in that, how it's evolving, where you see it going?
Mm-hmm. I'm very interested in covering stories that big media doesn't cover. So in Boston, I cover stories that I'm interested in. For example, we had the MIT Time Traveler Convention, and
I saw that. Very interesting, yeah.
And the video was awesome, but big media, actually they might have wanted to get in, but they couldn't get in because they were not allowed in the hall. But, I was, so that was kind of cool. So, as you know, I'm a Boston correspondent for Rocket Boom, and that's gets like 300,000 views a day, daily video news blog out of New York, and we're coming up with a program for a lot of people want to be Rocket Boom reporters and create their own media and do video reports that are associated with Rocket Boom. So there's a new thing coming out, and it's going to be called the Human Wire. So people are going to be able to do their own stories and post them there, and form a little relationship with Rocket Boom, and some of those stories might get on Rocket Boom, and then that would be a ground for people who were like, we would want that person to be a Rocket Boom correspondent. So that's all happening.
I've been wondering about that because there's all these, podcasting networks emerging. That's right.
Yep.
Lots of podcasting networks emerging. Is there anything like that in the video world?
You mean networks of like
tech podcasts,
Podshow and stuff like that? Actually, there really aren't. I think that there are going to be. There are going to be some, but not that I can think of right now.
Just want to check in with you guys in the conference. Any questions for Steve?
Steve, for a beginning video blogger, what would the file format of choice be? What file format should one produce one's videos in, ideally?
Well, that's a good question. I just read something in the news, and I don't know the basis of the survey, but they said Flash seems to be the most popular for video on the web right now. A lot of the video bloggers, their preferred method is QuickTime. So, you could use either, or I also just started working with a company called Hipcast, which is formerly audioblog.com, and when you send your video content up to Hipcast, they transcode it into Flash and QuickTime, and then allow it to be downloaded in iPod video format all at the same time, so you don't have to choose. And then another place that I host my video is called vBlog Central, and that's still in testing. What they do is when I send my video up to them, they transcode it into both QuickTime and Windows. So, in fact, you can have your video available for people in Flash, Windows, and QuickTime. So really, it's up to you.
Sure. And what formats do they allow you to upload?
Hipcast, a whole number of formats. Like, for example, I have a Canon SD400 still photo camera, and I shoot video off of that, which is an AVI video. and I send that up to Hipcast, and they take my AVI video and they change it into QuickTime and Flash, and it's up on my blog.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, so you don't have to do anything, and that's why I like it, because I don't have to spend my time compressing and transcoding.
Very good. Thank you, Steve. We'll let you get to lunch, but we appreciate your time.
Yeah, right, thanks.
All right, well, thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you.
This was fun.
Participating in this groundbreaking webcast.
Bye-bye.